about them where they're just making these drafts work, and Fnatic just is not playing with the same amount of confidence as they have in the past.
Yeah, they seem to have almost more pocket picks, things that Fnatic aren't expecting, things that they think they should be able to beat them on. They have the confidence in the early game of having that knowledge. Then when they transition to this middle game, I don't know, it just feels like TNC almost have more direction. They know how to play what they've picked. I think I am going to side with Fnatic here, though. It does look kind of...
Exactly. Still the tips going out. Raven getting a few himself. Jabs was the one asking them to, stop tipping him. But nothing too crazy coming out to start this game off. It will be Lion in the 4-position role, Phoenix in the 5. That's something, I guess there is sometimes some switch arounds with the Lion and even the Phoenix, but
yep.
Here we go.
It's gonna be a very different game than we've seen before. Like the playmaking is not very obvious for TNC. That they gotta preemptively split and then run him with like a Brewmaster, try to cyclone someone, get a stun off, until this Shadow Shaman gets a blink, which should be at like 15 minutes or so. It's gonna be difficult to play the map for TNC until then.
And Shaman, we haven't seen this here at all, coming kind of out of nowhere. What can we expect from Shaman?
I mean, they just picked it as a Lion replacement, right? I'm sure if there was Lion, I would have picked that instead. But they just had a severe lack of Disable. And that's pretty much the best option you can go to. Like, if you look at the POS 4 hero pool, there's really nothing better than Lion and Shaman when it comes to just disabling heroes and enabling your own heroes to deal damage to them.
Yeah, the hero that used to be the go-to, maybe like more the Earth Spirit, has kind of fallen to the wayside. Not the go-to for anymore. Otherwise, Tim's an Earth Spirit specialist. He'd be loving that hero, but you need these ranged supports.
Yeah, mid lane this time around. No, not reverse roles. Armel was last game too, right? No, Armel was the DP. So what am I
They swapped mid heroes. So last time this mid matchup was pretty even overall. So far, Armel having a bit of a sizable edge.
Yeah,
At least
only
for
missed
the first
2
couple
CS
of
so
minutes. Yeah, and good.
Like this Pangolier is really the big question mark here. It's always, this hero is very hit or miss, right? Like either you're owning a game or you're not having very much impact at all. And it doesn't really strike me as a dev hero. Like I haven't seen him play it a whole lot.
Yeah, speaking of Polno, who obviously knows him well, his fellow Singaporean. Did not really mention his Pango too much. Yeah, yeah. Let me get you all the info. No.
Hey Polno, dev Pangolier, how?
Something smart to say that I can steal. I was messaging him before the series. I was like, all right, I need to sound smart when I'm casting. What have you got? But all he got, what he did tell me was last time Death played Ti Qualifiers with him, they got last place. That's what I got.
Oh, that is a great information.
Yep. He was like, yeah, we played Ti Quals from Resurgence, got last place. Hopefully he does better here. Well, I mean, he already has done better here.
I saw that Qualifier was a rough ride for them. It was a Singapore-only team, which just can't work. Don't have enough players over there.
I know that feeling as an Australian. It's like we got a couple good players, but we definitely don't have 5.
Yeah, but the ones you do have, they're very successful.
Yeah, this will be one of the first years in a while without an Australian at TI, unfortunately, with Anna's retirement and KP not making it. So sad days for Aussie Dota.
It's okay, there's always the next year. That's what I keep telling myself.
As you cast Dota. Here we go, bottom. They can't bully him.
TV is not the same old weak laner anymore with this reflection buff he received. It's actually a decent spell. It deals 100 damage every time you use it. Good movement slow for your support to hit him even more. It's a strong hero now. That's why it's picked so much.
Yeah. Alright, well, this is the start Fnatic we're hoping for. They had it at least somewhat in game 2. I feel like this is an even bigger laning victory for them, so we'll see if there's going to be any kind of a response. As bottom lane, they're going to force the Phoenix to dive away. The chase is on Tims, trying to bring him down. It's going to be Boomy elsewhere dying as Tims gets back to the trees. That was another kill top for Fnatic.
Yeah, and Morphling already relegated to the jungle.
And
not a good feeling. That's why you want to have Terrorblade, not Morphling.
Yeah. Every time Morphus pick up, you also have, I feel like, have to look a bit at the the ulti combos. Like, is there somebody he can kind of turn into that's going to have a big impact? There is, what, the Metamorphosis is the big one this game? Is there anything else that stands out for you?
Potentially the Lion. Like, if you get a good Impale Hex on like a DP or something, it'd be pretty impactful. But you also have to be careful, of course, if you turn into the Lion, he's right next to you, then you don't get hexed and impaled. Good rotation from Armel. They needed something. Gotta open the map up. Farming the stack as well. It's a big stack.
Yeah, I imagine that's why the call was like, come for this kill. Even if he dives and gets away, you can take a stack and push this tower. So a good move regardless. Fnatic make a similar one up top. They rotate with the Exorcism. Will take a tier 1 tower of their own. And Exorcism is still running. They're going to TP mid and pressure this mid tier 1. They probably don't get this tower, but they can get some good damage in.
They have meta as well.
Maybe they do get this tower. We'll see. TNC are going to have to come and defend this. They popped the glyph already. Can they get in here in time? Fine gets a double damage rune. Yeah, they want to fight this one, it looks like. Fine does not want to overstay. Oh, ooh, very close for a hex there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's struggling quite a bit on Tim's, who we said is going to be the only source of initiation.
That swashbuckle is just half of Morph's health when he's on low.
He has a javelin, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He
Going
got
to
it out just
Maelstrom
now in his
first.
courier. Yeah. Did lose his courier, not a big deal though. As Fnatic will see the gold lead reduce. The Leshrac farming that stack and getting the bottom tower does put Armel actually on top again. So TNC doing a good job.
DJ here, that could be a big one as well, but they have a ward, he's sitting right on top of it. Not happening. Unless Armel can hit a split earth? No.
DJ just min-maxing, getting as much farm and XP as he can, even with the knowledge that those heroes are there. It's like
Tim's
just gonna sentry. I think Tim's realizes, like, yeah, he's kind of playing like he doesn't see us, but he's also playing like he does see us, so.
Yeah. An experienced support player will see that in a matter of seconds. Yeah, Armel still keeping the top of the network for now. It's a little bit scary to fight into these heroes though. We said many times how strong DP and TB are against Leshrac, because you gotta run in close and
Got possessed mask. Oh,
just sunder me, alright. DJ team player?
Nope.
How is Gabby looking? He's actually ahead of Terrorblade in farm after this pretty bad laning phase. And yeah, gold lead back to pretty much 0.
Wondering how that fight started. I'm surprised TNC won it.
Yeah, Hasted Leshrac is really strong though. Like, it's probably the best rune he can have.
They just take a mid tier 1 tower. This level 4 Edict with the Abaddon backing up Armel. He's able just to run in. Yep. Death is the target. He's got a Rolling Thunder, but I don't imagine he wants to commit. He's just going to swashbuckle away. Sure about this split here. TNC perhaps crossing wires a bit.
It's fine. They get the tower, they disengage, but that should also mean that the Radiant can get the mid tier 1 tower as well.
Yeah, they're probably hoping not to have to commit the Exorcism. It's already low. Midas up on the Brewmaster, so going for the Midas before the Ags is... We'll see what Fnatic's play is going to be with the Brew split down.
Yeah. Now a 1k lead for Fnatic. They basically made up 3k gold in 4 minutes. Very efficient map movement. And Lion is farming his blink.
On the high ground, Lion gonna run into him. A backup in the Death Prophet nearby, but the Lion is going to get split. Earth. The Silent, the Hexori only coming out into 1. The revenge kill should be there. Support for support. Lion for Lion in a sense.
Did force some rotations though to a lane where you don't really want to be at this point.
But this mid tower is still standing.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They're gonna split. Like, now should be the time to strike. And Raven says, yep, it is. Alright. Should be pretty easy with this Metamorphosis. They do have Glyph though.
I mean, they can hold on to the Exorcism for now, it seems. But they're not even rotating in the Death Prophet. They will Glyph it to delay things and look for a deny, it seems. Can Boomy time this? He's pump faking, and they get it with the Brew. Okay. Raven tried to time it, but too many TNC heroes going for the deny.
Yeah.
And Morph is out farming the TP now, by the way. Morph is,
yeah, he is
having a great game.
I mean, look at Lesh though, 2k ahead of the enemy's Death Prophet. He's getting everything he wants.
a...
He might be setting up for DP down there with his Yule Scepter.
Juke them in the trees. This Death Prophet coming up big.
Raven is dealing way too much damage. They need to disengage.
Yeah. Adden gets
Yeah, he
caught as
juked
well
him
in
while
the
Raven
trees.
was just putting in the pain.
Oh. Yeah, Lesh was hunting so hard for this Death Prophet. Chuan, without an Exorcism, without any mana, just baited them in.
Yep, stayed alive forever. I mean, he's still alive even. Did not even fall, and they did not get the tower. And it's a Bruce Brick committed. Sure, meta is also down, but TNC was definitely looking for more there. Still holding the gold lead though. Like, you don't expect Terrorblade to ever be ahead in net worth against the Morphling. I mean, vice versa. Morphling to be ahead against Terrorblade. He should be farming much faster.
Yeah, Fnatic going for maybe some of these kind of team plays where they try and force these towers and they haven't been able to win the fights as successfully as TNC have until that one up top. That pulled them ahead a little, well, didn't pull them ahead in terms of goal, but at least in terms of the kills. And Raven now going to go back to focus on his own farm with some ancient stacks, but feels like whenever we've been looking, it's TNC, they're the ones farming stacks, and now they're the ones
For
in the
the
Roshan
Roshan
pit. DJ scouted by this observer ward. Boomy planted it while smoked, so they're not going to know maybe what's going on. A TB illusion could go in and scout this one, but I don't think they realize. They're just sneaking this.
Yeah, they don't have the best Roche lineup either. But now the illusions are kind of running their way. No.
They're killing it slowly, but it's not being scouted. DJ could use the fire spirits here.
They're not. Nah, they're just not aware at all. Leshrac played it very smart too. It looked like he was just taking the rune and disengaging.
They're showing the Brewmaster top, they're showing Leshrac mid. It's same as last game. TNC. I mean, we mentioned how some of these SEA teams at times have been playing a little bit maybe cautiously and scared. TNC, 2 games in a row, sneak a Roshan. That's not playing cautiously or scared. That's making bold decisions that you think can win you the game, and it did last game, and it put TNC in a great position this game.
Yep, this morphing with Aegis could be the decider in the next team fight. What are we looking at for item progression? Terrorblade just finishes Manta.
Fnatic has smoked up into the enemy side of the map. It's an Abaddon tanking it though. He's got the borrowed time. He's fault he necessarily wasn't there. It's just the team who were not all on the same page.
Yeah. E-Blade is done in 1,000. And we still got about 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis. So we'll have like a decent timing. Not the longest, but a timing nonetheless.
Tim's down bottom. They're looking for him. They get the sound. Jab's guesses wrong. He's like, he's in the trees, but he just guessed the wrong tree cluster. And now they're looking to turn this one around. Fnatic, oh, he missed the Split Earth. Khan again just juking these TNC spells. Jab will get the blink out as well. Oh, they're breaking ankles out here, Black.
Yeah. I'm not sure why Armel went for the stun before Yule's. There was no reason to, really. Probably thought he would get him, but yeah. Gotta play it a little bit more safe, because like you didn't need the Yule's defensively there at all, since there weren't any enemy heroes around. But they will still get the tier 2 tower bottom. Are they trading for top though? Shaman cancels TP.
Yeah, oh, I thought they were going to go for the defense. Instead, they're going to just back off, take the outpost. Fnatic were a little scared that TNC were going to come and defend this one, but now maybe realizing that's not the case. They'll clear out the creeps and hope that maybe the Radiant Creep Wave can finish off the tier 2 tower. Looks like
gonna be enough.
They'll get it down to 9 range at least. Maybe, yeah, if a TB illusion or something was up there, they would have had it, but they can clear another creep wave and slowly get it.
Yeah. It's not like super important. The outposts don't give that much experience anymore as they used to.
Maybe for Roshan, having the outpost TP2 can matter, but
yeah. No Roshan yet.
Something you have to
So
worry about.
50 seconds left on the Aegis. E-Blade is up. They don't want to force anything with this.
And I think we may see Fnatic go for... Well, I guess they're waiting on this Skadi, because often you see these teams smoke up when Aegis is expiring. But they are constantly being scouted out. This dire ward, they just smoked under it. TNC, they know this is coming. The question is, do they try and bait this and take a fight? Looks like they're at least considering that. Boomy on the high ground. The selfless support trying to tank this smoke gank.
Gabby is TPing there too. They definitely want to fight this.
Meanwhile,
Shaman has the best initiation.
Shaman may just drop wards down bottom.
Yeah, one more creep until level 12.
Ether shocks, and there's a TP. Uh-oh, he may get caught. He doesn't have a blink dagger himself. He's in the trees. Jabs has a hex. He just... Oh, he got him! Oh, the last 0.1 second. He'll get the finger stack as well.
He would have lived.
It's level 4 hex.
Maybe they can get...
Here comes...
Oh, Lion is out of position. He has
Better
no blink
Lion
dagger
than Death Prophet.
Off is, Lash is, and Brewmaster is going straight A on this. I like that quite a bit. You just need to get off your splits.
You mentioned the TB kind of being ignored and putting out all that damage. What did you see from Morphling that fight? Like, as far as... We haven't seen much Morphling this tournament. Is this looking like a game where Gabby's going to be able to carry things?
I mean, the way he played it was really good. He turned into the Lion, killed the Lion, of course, and then he hexed the DP so he can't dual dodge his shotgun combo, killed the DP. He did all the right things there. Just didn't end up being enough to win the team fight, but I mean, he definitely knows what he's doing. Is he level 30 on Morphling? That's a pretty sick symbol.
I
think it's level 30.
That's the level 30. Yeah, I think that's level 30.
I mean, you could definitely tell. Like, the way he's using his spells. Yeah, he instantly morphed back before he got stunned. And morphed up strength. He knows pretty much everything about this hero. In and out.
Yeah. That's a lot of games played.
Yeah.
Gabby.
I wonder how many games it is, actually.
With a 2-0 lead, that's them saying, you know, you mentioned they didn't seem to be a better option than Morphling when we got to that last pick. And Gabby saw the same thing, so going for a comfort pick, even if it's an out-of-meta comfort pick.
Yeah.
And with the 2-0 lead, that's a good time to go for a pick like that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of players would just be like, nah, I don't want to play Morphling unless it's like a free Morphling game, you know? But Gabby is... Yeah, he doesn't seem to be caring too much. Even in game 2. It wasn't the perfect PA game, but he still made it work, no problem.
Alright. Gabby has definitely shown up these qualifiers.
Yeah, and he had to. A lot of strong competition.
Yeah.
Leshner
feeling
close to his BKB.
Yeah. Is that... I mean, you mentioned the Rolling Thunder. Is that something that TNC's ready to go with? I mean, if they may have to be ready to go because Roche has respawned, so we'll see if either of these teams goes for it. Raven's in there. They may just commit an Exorcism.
Yeah.
And TNC's
Morph has to be
nowhere
very
to be
careful.
seen. Yeah, this Roche is just dead.
Yeah, no way they're fighting this. I mean, they sort of know, but it's too late already. I think Morph just wants to prioritize his own BKB. Because fighting into Rolling Thunder without BKB is so hard. Especially with this Talon on Pango. It lasts for 13 seconds. It's ridiculous.
Okay, they just give it up. Looked like they were TPing mid as if they might want to try and contest it, but that's not the case.
That's a shot on DP. I liked it quite a bit. When you get Spirit Siphon for 4 seconds, you get feared. It can be pretty impactful against some of these heroes.
Yep. Like a more.
Also gives you one additional charge, right? Yeah, 5 charges.
So, Fnatic, not going to see them immediately look to utilize this Aegis cheese. They have to wait for the Exorcism cooldown as well as the meta. Oh, sorry, not meta. They didn't actually commit. It was just the Exorcism.
Yep, just Exorcism. TB is ready to fight. 200 away from his BKB. And we didn't really talk much about it, but...
Seems too cheap. Like, I imagine, even make the build-up different so it costs like an extra like 1,000, 1,500 gold and gives like some different stats maybe. Like that.
I just don't like the concept of it reducing or basically removing all the damage. Like, if it reduced it by like half, I would be on board with it. But it's basically a free blink out, a free everything. It's like a mini Oracle ulti, right? Tims. Raven has Aegis. Can they kill this guy? Well, not anymore. Morphin TP'd out already. Finished his BKB. I think he's happy to fight now. Just a question, do you want to fight into a Terrorblade Aegis? It's not an easy fight.
I mean, you mentioned these fights coming down to execution. Is there key target for either side, or like what is the execution that both teams are looking for to win these fights?
I think the best targets to kill for TNC are definitely DP and Phoenix. I think it's going to be very hard to kill Def with his Aeon Disc, so...
He's fishing, he's right next to Tims.
Ooh.
He blinked
They're breathing each other's air.
6 feet,
like,
guys,
where's
6
that
feet!
smell coming from?
That's not socially distant. We don't like that here. And Jabs walks off. That's a bit better, Jabs.
Yep, thank you for abiding the law. DP is a little bit alone up there, but Shaman is nowhere near. And he's better Alexis out.
Yeah.
Okay. They need Shaman to set up for these kills. Otherwise, no chance. He was trying to bottom, but Fnatic was just like, all right, we're pushing the whole lane with everybody.
They found Shaman's curve.
Ooh, yeah. It's just, we spoke about it during the draft. Like, fighting into these heroes is so incredibly difficult. You can't fight into Supernova and Metamorphosis. There wasn't even Exorcism.
They just glyphed and now they have Exorcism. There's no glyph for this one. This is going to be a lane of Rax, it feels like.
Yeah.
35
Actually,
seconds without the ledge track.
TP Elo is pushing the mid tower, and they're just gonna go middle right after this, I feel like.
Keep in from Abaddon, but there we go. They'll get the full bottom lane. What's the call? Do they want to push their luck? I feel like they're having some slight flashbacks from last game. Like, what happened last game when we went for a second lane? But no, it's fine. Oh, wait, no, it's not. They're thinking twice about this one, and they'll play it safe. I don't mind this Black. Like, I think they, like you say, they probably could have, but Aegis was expiring, no Metamorphosis, and last game things went pretty south for them when they went for that second lane.
Yeah, just wait for your cooldowns. You are super far ahead. There's no reason to risk anything. If anything, TNC has to be the one making a risky play. But just prepare for that. Exorcism 90 seconds. Meta is going to be up by that time as well. Like the overwhelming amount of team fight on the Radiant side is just too much to deal with for the Dire. There's just nothing they can do, really.
And that's what we kind of, highlighted in the draft when we saw some of these heroes. We're just like, there's definitely some question marks about how TNC win a team fight. We haven't even really seen Supernova come into play because these team fights just end so quick. Ooh, that's how you win a team fight. You blow her up with an E-Blade. DP goes down, dead for 75. Gabby's stuck in the woods, but we'll have a wave for him, so he's fine.
Gabby's like, I don't want to leave.
I feel like Shaman should be able to deny the wards from full health.
Yeah, or make one go into the ground so you can walk through and then back up again.
There you go. Shaman definitely needs something. I feel like this hero has not been changed ever, really.
Yeah.
The last change I remember this hero had was when Aethershock used to be single target, right? Like way back when? Like Dota 1 days, maybe?
Yeah. And the constant buff to his base damage.
That's not a change to the hero. I mean, like, I'm talking like, you know,
oh, you mean like a fundamental?
Actually, I'm biased, Black. I predicted TNC. I got to be able to brag that I predicted the right team.
Yeah.
No. That's
the bragging rights are always there.
What do we got? DJ has a ward. He's going to throw the sentry out first. Check that there's nothing on the high ground.
Interesting that he did that. Because he has a gem.
They could have just, I guess, dropped the gem on the ground for that flying vision, right?
Yeah. But of course, he's getting a bit older, so...
Fingers aren't what they used to be.
Yeah.
He's the guy that's been on this Fnatic team the longest. Since maybe like what, 2016, 2007, maybe 2017, longer I want to say, like 3 or 4 years, right? Or not?
Did he ever leave since he joined first?
Oh, maybe he took a break or something. That's a good question. Not up to date on my DJ history. Yep. He gets the more strength off, and it feels like Death is just poking and prodding, fading out some spells.
Yeah, I mean, Rolling Thunder is such low cooldown. It doesn't really matter.
It's going to look like a kind of nothing ultimate, but the one thing is Roche could have been coming up, but he's got a minute before they have to worry about Roche. And of course, Rolling Thunder for a potential Roche fight is always going to be huge.
Yeah, one of the scariest abilities in the entire game. I'm just trying to see what like the game-breaking power spike could be for Morphling. He's got a Skadi now. It just doesn't feel like he can combat the Terrorblade at all during this like Supernova Exorcism flying around. There's just too much stuff going on that Morphling can't really focus anyone.
The Daedalus TB, his damage output is getting out of control. Doesn't have the Satanic here. That's kind of more the defensive item, and it doesn't feel like he's ever needed this defensive item. He's yet to die and never really feels like he's in any danger of dying.
1.1 second Crypt Swarm cooldown.
Watching that, I'm like, what's going on here? How, does he have a refresher? Like, I was like, this is nuts. Both teams,
the talent is pretty insane.
Yeah. Both teams hovering around this Roshan pit. The TB Illusion gets to scout it, whereas TNC have a bit of a...
Morph into line can easily end up like this, because Morph always wants to wave in and shotgun someone, which means you're in prime position to get hexed by the line. This is what happened. Couldn't get off his BKB. And Yeah, this game seems all but over. 30 seconds. No exorcism though. So I guess there's some hope to defend the last lane at least.
Yeah, Fnatic feeling like it's in a pretty good place. They're tipping their buddy Raven. He's the guy that TNC were tipping. The former TNC carry player, played with them through numerous TIs, is looking to get one back on his former teammates here. They are down 2-0, so this is just the first step of several for Fnatic if they want to make their way to the International, but first have to get this one game.
Yeah, but it's about time though. Like after these 2 defeats, they really need this win to boost morale as well.
Yeah. I don't feel like it's going to demoralize TNC. I think draft-wise, TNC are probably going to look at this and be like, yeah, we made some mistakes. Play-wise, you know, it wasn't our best game, wasn't our worst, but like you say, morale-wise, this will definitely boost Fnatic up.
Yeah. But if you just look at the chess game of draft, last game, TNC also lost that. They outplayed, but they can't be happy with the draft they've had.
TNC trying to perhaps make something happen. They get the Hex out onto the Terrorblade. Maybe not the best target if they can't burst him down. Doesn't look like they've got the damage. The Rolling Thunder coming through, which is going to stun up Tim's on the Shadow Shaman. He's the one that was trying to lock down the TB, but they just had no damage at all. Shaman dead. Gabby getting stunned up. Death with the Rolling Thunder. This Tango is just wreaking havoc here. Gabby going to go for a roll-up play of his own, using the Morph as he turns around with an E-Blade, but that does no damage at all to Jap. He's got the Aeon Disc to keep himself alive. Death with an Aeon Disc of his own. The Pengo still surviving his way through this one. RML Slash doing some good pulse damage. Having to kill the Phoenix. Chuan's Death Prophet has an Exorcism now, and this could spell trouble for TNC, who's now lost their Morph, and they have to fight into an Exorcism. They need to get RML out of here. Not sure they can. They've lost the line. It looks like RML will just barely get back to safety, so Fnatic don't perhaps get the team fight they were hoping for with the Exorcism. Don goes down, as that'll kind of even things up at 2 kills apiece, but that Exorcism was a very short-lived one.
Yeah, the fight. I think you can't really ask for anything better if you're TNC with this goal disadvantage. And any trade that you take at this point is probably good for you. But yeah, this Terrorblade is just unstoppable. And that was without Exorcism, as we said. Absolutely brutal. Terrorblade is 13k gold ahead of the Morphling.
Ooh.
Ay. Morph is itemizing into an E-Blade. A Swift Blink. The thing is, Morph is also a hero that can't build into Nullifier at all. While his entire kit is about bursting down heroes. You can't do that against Aeon. It's just not possible. We have seen there, he shotgunned the line, he was like, oh, alright, I got Aeon this. I don't care.
Things will slow down a bit now on the TNC side, but Fnatic may just be looking to go high ground again. They've got boots to travel on Death Prophet. They're playing around this top lane here. What can they find?
It's a TB25 as well, so it's the meta attack range.
Ooh, with a Flicker and Abaddon. It's a great item. I'm surprised to see that it's on the Abaddon. It's maybe not feeling they've got a better target, and with the TB meta range, they're just going to be hitting this high ground from the low ground. Death Prophet TP's into the creeps. They force an Aeon Disc on the Brood. Now he's going to be careful when he initiates. May just have to use that Primal Split from afar. I'm not trying to clear out some illusions with the Pulse Nova Shiva's Guard. They've got the Sunray heal. Buying them some time. In the trees is the Morphling looking for a target. Raven just going to BKB. He gets the Fear out onto the Leshrac as well. But a fantastic Game 3 goes Fnatic's ways, which means this series is not over. So we're going to have to bring back a Nat as we get ourselves ready for Game 4. Guys, stick with us. It's going to be fantastic.